Hello parents and students and the Springdales community. Welcome back to Term 2 of the 2021-22 academic year with some really exciting news. So I thought I'd get this out to you as quick as I possibly could. I woke this morning, I'm an early morning person, 5:30, to the news that KHDA have put out a new set of protocols and guidelines for schools as we come back after the summer break. It looks like this document here, and it goes through all of the steps that we must take to keep our students safe as we move towards a fully opened on-site school here in Dubai. A couple of key things that I want to talk to you about. I thought rather than go right through the document, which I will send out to all of the parents, is just the key points or the frequently asked questions that have been put together. So the major changes in the protocols is that we can now have swimming and sports lessons. We can now have school trips and camps and excursions. We've got after hours extracurricular activities available to us, and performances and assemblies and events can be done with students actually in the school hall or on the school stage, which is fantastic news for us. Distance learning is something that's really important to some people, and it will be finished on October the 3rd, which is 25 school days from the beginning of this term until the end of online learning in its current form. Now, that's not to say we won't still continue to use things like Teams, particularly for the older students who require extra support with the exam periods coming. So it won't be online learning in any way, shape or form as it used to be, but we may well have some opportunities to do additional work. We're calling it academic provision for some of the classes in the school. Can students continue with distance learning in the academic year? The answer is no. From the 3rd of October, that will not be the case. Now, we used to have a requirement around 1.5 metres of keeping students apart. It's now come to 1 metre in public spaces. We are blessed here at Springdales to have really large classrooms. We will have no problem accommodating students in our classrooms across the entire school. Are face masks compulsory going forward? The answer is yes. For 6-year-olds and above, face masks will be worn in the school all of the time. A couple of interesting ones is if parents and guardians come to our gate and want to enter the school premises, you're going to have to provide either proof of vaccination or a negative PCR test that's been taken in the last 48 hours. So keep that in mind if you're bringing your children to school and you want to come into the premises. Those are the restrictions on you. School catering will be interesting for parents. We can have pre-packaged food here, no problem. Families are encouraged to supply food and beverages for your children, including cutlery if possible, for each day that your child comes to school, but we will have some options available here at the school. Swimming and sport lessons, PE, are all going to begin straight away. They will be in place. Assemblies, performances, rehearsals and events will all take place here at school. Buses will be running in full capacity, still following the requirements of taking children's temperatures and all of those things, but will be running at full capacity, which makes a huge difference, I know, to the parent community and the students in getting here to school. Students will be kept safe. We are very good now at maintaining all of the safety protocols that have been required for well over 18 months now. So the adjustment for us to make sure children are safe is a minor adjustment. It's really the same thing, but with larger numbers coming into the school. Is it compulsory for staff and students to have the vaccination? Vaccinations are not compulsory. With our school, most of our staff, there's only a handful of staff who haven't had aren't fully vaccinated, because we did that in bulk. Any staff who are not vaccinated and do not have a medical certificate to say why they don't get a vaccination will be required to have a negative PCR test before they come to work every week. So that's for them. And for students, there is no obligation to submit PCR tests, which has been widely reported in the news incorrectly. So they're all of the main points. So looking forward to having students in the school for the first time in my tenure, and we are pumped and ready to go. Please fill out the survey that I sent to you a couple of days ago. This news has superseded the news that I'd sent you in the documentation, but keep that in mind when you're filling out the transport survey and all of those sorts of things that we need to get going here at school. Look forward to seeing everybody on the 29th, and then a total on-site situation from the beginning of October onwards. Thank you. All the best.